Yo!
What's up, everybody?
How is it going, folks? Take a look at this guy over here. That's Justin Tyler.
And this is Eric Feurer right over here. And welcome to Jarrector's Welcome.
Welcome to Jarrector's Welcome. This is a special little show that takes the characters out of Character's Welcome, folks. You know what? It's summer. It's been summer for, Justin just told me, 5 whole days, which means 2 things. One, she hot as hell out there. You know what I mean?
Eric is like, it's midsummer, so clearly this heat is.
I called it. I did call it. Brain. I called it midsummer about 6 minutes ago, and I'm getting fucked up. And so the second thing that means is, get this, everybody. Everyone's on vacation. Everyone is in vacation mode. Everyone is out and about, including our email chain of 600 plus former guests. And so that means that tonight it's just daddies.
We're hanging out and we're just it's like a free form. We want you guys to be hitting us in the comments. We're gonna have a wide-ranging conversation that's podcast adjacent, talking about literally anything you guys want to talk about, anything we want to talk about. Eric's trying to get abs. I just came back from Spain and New Orleans. Like, we have a lot in the air.
The only thing I'll say, there's one thing that is off the menu. Only one thing we can't talk about, and that is Star Pause. We cannot talk about Star Pause. If Star Pause is anywhere in the chat, they cannot get a shout out. That is off the menu tonight.
Yeah, I've been clawed by Star Pause, and it left a harsh mark on my soul.
It was tough. I liked your shirt, Justin. Show that off again. Let me see what's going on there.
Yeah, we got Betty, Veronica, and Archie just having a cute little shake.
Wow.
I got a shout out in the comments, Scheuchler. Justin is Riverdale watching his shirt. Huge Riverdale fan. Great show. Sad to see it go.
I'm watching Barry right now for the first time. You ever seen Barry?
Man. Yes, of course. Well, how far in are you? Because I don't want to say too much.
Like 8 or 9 episodes, I think. I don't know how many seasons.
Season 1?
Yes. How many seasons are there?
5?
No.
I think 5.
I thought this was going to be a quick little traipse.
No. You have a long and, I will say, dark path.
No, how can it get darker? Oh my god! I'm at the part where this made me laugh so fucking hard. Where Barry's like his co-conspirator or whatever, his essentially like quote unquote like boss has to lie for him on 2 separate phones, and he has to pretend to be like a guy named Ramon.
Barry season 1 and season 2 are so funny. And then that show gets to be some of the darkest shit you will.
It stops being funny. Damn.
No, comedy is pursued, but it's just the vibe changes. Raisin Delta, love the Menage a shirt. That's right. People are a throuple.
They are twatting. If you wear a shirt like that in Brooklyn, that means you're also looking for a third.
Yeah. Fuck. I was in it. I went out to run some errands. Whoof. It was everybody trying to get the concentric throuple circles lined up, you know?
Going for it, dude. When it gets warm out here, folks, the pods be podding. Everyone's looking to pod up.
Because you got to stay in that AC, so you need to have enough people to really
find one person. You got to find one person with an AC, one person with a membership to some type of local pool, and one person that has a huge wiener. And that's what you're looking for.
That big day. And ideally, one of them can cook like good curry or something. But so, there's a lot of options in there, but you got to have that big old dick.
Someone has to be slanging that thing. Although maybe
how many thruples, how many pods is if you're in too many, what is too many to be in? Like if you're in multiple, you're like.
Dolphins are just one pod. So I would say let's look to the Dolphins. I always say this, look to the Dolphins for the answers because they know things we don't know. I would say one pod is enough pods.
You can't do more, you're saying. You're saying it's fucked up if you're multiple.
2 separate pods?
Yeah.
A Mrs. Doubtfire of getting it kind of situation?
Yeah, that's the official term, right? The Mrs. Doubtfire of getting it. Yeah.
What if you're booking a romantic reservation for 3 twice at the same restaurant?
Oh no, wrong pod. Both my pods are at the same restaurant. First of all, name that restaurant. I want to see the multiple pod restaurant.
The name of the pod restaurant, folks. Name me the most Brooklyn restaurant in the chat that you can think of that has probably culturally appropriated arepas that cost $27 each, and you got to order 6 of them for the table.
Yeah, it's only 3 tops because it's all thruples.
It's all thruffles. So 3 peas in a pod. That's a good name for a restaurant for sure, Red. I do like that.
Yeah, vegan.
Schreukler, I'm almost in a thruffle. I'm just missing 2 key elements.
Wow. Monopod over here.
Monopod, dude. Monopod. It's jerking off is so 2023. Monopodding is 2023.
I will say that's a great way to say that.
I'm just monopodding.
What are you doing today? Monopodding for like 10 and then just hitting the
shit. Bay caught me monopodding. I'm in so much trouble.
That's equally embarrassing jerking off or doing a solo podcast.
Yes, it's true. It's both situations. I'm really glad that you're with me, Justin. In either case.
Walking in on you talking in this with just by yourself.
Just being like, what's up, everybody? God,
what you got to say. I mean, that is what your Twitch is, though, right?
My Twitch, way back in the day, it was me just by myself, being bad at video games and looking to chat for any type of content that I could just.
I like you really putting your Twitch in the rearview mirror. You're really like that.
And I shouldn't, because I've just been tough. It's been tough for me to hook my digis in anything this past year, it feels like. But that was one thing I wanted to do, was to get real gaming equipment and start that streaming hard.
Really?
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a good ass time, and I do it anyway. But I do it right now. That I'm doing it in a really sad setup with a bottle of Malort, and I think if I could just really,
I would have a hard time playing any game and accidentally making hard eye contact with Bogbird. I feel like that would fuck up my vibe.
He's right there. Just I look to him for support in these trying times now more than ever.
I like the way you look up like Bogbird could baby bird into your mouth, just full on like whiskey.
Please give me relevance. I just need a little bit more relevance. Stevie says, I still remember that Paper Mario streams from COVID. It's true. In particular, there's one stream. There might still be a video of it on my Twitch, but somebody donated a good amount of money for me back then. And I was so excited. I stood up and spun around, and I knocked literally every piece of equipment that was on my counter over.
That's amazing.
Annihilated the entire setup because I got so excited.
That's very fun.
Justin, talk to us about your trip, or should I say, hold on one second. Siri, what is Spanish for trip? It's unclear. Tell us about your trip.
I was in Spain. My wife was doing an opera in Spain, and I'd been solo parenting, sort of monopodding from a parenting plan.
Now that we've described what monopodding,
you can't say that. You can't say that.
You can't say you've been monopodding with the kids.
Yeah.
You can't be monopodding with the kids unless you're. This is for one person in chat. Dr. Disrespect. Then you can.
Oh, nice. I don't know what that means, but yes. I was solo parenting. I took the kids on a plane to Europe solo. Sat in a row. They couldn't believe the TVs. They had their own TV.
The kids?
On the flight. We flew overnight to Paris to switch planes, then to Valencia.
Did you go like middle seat and I can wrangle, or were you like, I'm going to be the buffer between the world and the kids?
Middle seat wrangle. One kid we were in the middle, so there were 4 seats. My younger daughter had a stranger on the other side.
Dude, what do you think his reaction was when the 3 of you fucking rolled up?
You're like, oh fuck, my worst nightmare. Well, let me say 2 great things about what happened. When we got to Charles de Gaulle, they do random like frisks of people, and they do sort of a lot of them. My youngest daughter, who's 5, goes through, and the thing goes off, and they literally, this is at like 6 a.m. They take her aside.
They frisk your 5-year-old daughter?
And I was like, guys, I know it's random, but like, let it go.
Come on, bro.
Swear that 100% happened.
for her, was she like, that was silly and weird, or was it like, this, like, what is happening right now? Like,
she was so exhausted. Neither of them really slept in the plane because we were flying like overnight to get there in a sensible hour. So they were both just like, wow, this whole thing's weird. So the fact that it's all weird meant that just her being separated and patted down wasn't that weird for her.
That's what I was hoping. That's what I was hoping. She would just be like, oh, okay, this other thing is happening.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it was. And then, so the other thing that happened to the same daughter, 5 years old, I keep getting emails from Delta that are like, how was your experience? And I'm like, she's 5. Get out of here. We should fix this as a computer.
Emailing my daughter and asking her how everything was. Very bizarre. What movies did you watch on the plane? Were you able to also watch stuff, or did you watch whatever they watched?
No, I got to watch. I have my own TV too.
Yeah, but
I have my own TV.
Okay.
I get to choose.
Okay. Every time I'm on an airplane, and I will do this again because I'm taking a trip next week, and I hope that there's I hope there's a TV on it. I watch Mad Max the way it's meant to be watched on a 4.5-inch screen. I watch it.
Fury Road?
Yes, Fury Road is always on the airplane televisions. Always.
Wow. Scheuchler in the comments. Did you watch?
We don't need that.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. I can't wait till you actually watch it. Now you have all this guilt associated with it. You're gonna be like, because the movie's like sort of emotional in a way that I'm curious how you're gonna take it in.
I've already decided, because my TikTok has decided for me by blasting this movie at me, like 100 of the past 500 TikToks I've watched. I was like, when I need a break from Barry, I'm gonna watch the Weird Al. Not documentary, that Weird Al movie that Daniel Radcliffe made. I haven't seen that yet. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. The guy that directed that is a UCB guy, former UCB guy, UCB New York guy. What's his name? Eric.
Hey Siri. Eric with a G. Gersh something. Gerson.
No.
He must have been really.
Eric Appel.
Eric Appel, not related to Jonathan Appel.
No,
different. The John Oliver writer.
No, different. Eric Appel was coming up when I was coming up. He was around.
Oh, that's awesome.
He did back when Mother did their soundtrack show. He chose the albums.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Kathy says, Kathy's giving me a huge out here. You can just not watch it, then BS your way through the discussion. No, Kathy, I will not do that because I respect you. I don't respect you enough to
do it.
Watch it in the past 5 weeks when you gave me money to watch it. But I respect you enough to watch it. I will watch it. Watch it.
Here are the movies I watched on the plane. Okay. Top Gun Maverick for the first time, and that movie fucking rocks. That movie is so fucking good. I couldn't believe how good it was.
I also watched it on the plane, but from the people were watching it in front of me, and I was so interested in it that I watched it in between the cracks, which is also the way it's meant to be watched. You liked it?
Oh, it's such a good. You just buy in so hard, and honestly, watching it on a plane, it's like plane on plane. It helps. It enhances. You're in the air. You're Top Gun. You're Maverick because you're on the plane.
Top Gun now. That's fun. Yeah, that's kind of interesting for an airplane to put on movies where airplanes like explode and crash. You would think that they would avoid that.
I will say it's a different vibe. Like in the movie, Maverick doesn't have his own TV. You know what I mean? Like he's not just like there watching. He was watching Top Gun Maverick.
In Top Gun Maverick, how many times did Iceman get patted down?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, no, Iceman's 5-year-old daughter got patted down. I watched that. I watched the Wim Wenders movie Perfect Days, which is like a super chill like character study of a Japanese dude who cleans toilets. But that was great. I was good. Yeah. Then I watched Captain America, Winter Soldier again. Banger movie.
I forgot that you have a very bad side.
Great quality, a very great hobby, and set of interests.
You're just like, you're kind of all in on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I'm so exhausted with. Callie said. This reminded me. Well, we went and saw, what did we see in theaters? Oh, we saw Furiosa in theaters, and at Furiosa there was like 30 minutes of trailers, and one of the trailers was for Deadpool and Wolverine, and I caught Callie under her breath went, how much longer can this go on? And it made me laugh so hard. That's exactly how I feel about this shit, where it's like, dude, we are reaching so hard. And
well, I'm so sorry to tell you and Callie the rest of our lives. 100%. Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be the biggest movie of the year. And that's saying something since Inside Out 2 just crushed it these last 2 weeks. It is going to be.
Oh my God.
100%.
Which is because Furiosa was so fucking good. And then they pulled it from theaters like they do nowadays, like immediately. Furiosa was awesome. Did you get to catch it?
I did see that, but it's very funny. You're like, Marvel movies are bullshit. I watched Furiosa, another franchise where they're doing a prequel where the character is just like slightly younger and then it links up exactly with the continuity.
Fair. That's fair. I'm part of the problem. I'll say it. So you watched those 2 movies, 3 movies actually. You watched 3 movies on the plane.
3 movies, yeah.
Well,
that was 2 different planes. Those were multiple plane trips.
Oh wow, there were layovers and everything too.
Yeah, well, plus I flew back and watched movies then too.
How were your daughters? Pretty chill the whole time? Were there any?
Yeah, they loved it.
That's good.
They really enjoyed the flying experience.
Great. And so then was Spain better or worse than the flying experience?
No, just I'm only here to talk about the Top Gun Maverick of it all, because that's all I the whole time I was there. That's all I talked about. I rewatched it a bunch of times.
It was so good.
I kept talking about Tapas Gun. I was trying to make like Tapas Gun like happen as a thing, like small plates.
That's a good idea. That's really good. That's
really good.
That's really good. We should pitch that tomorrow.
Yeah. To add to a restaurant development company.
Yes, I like this. Schreukler, Eric, your next homework assignment is going to be to listen to all of Justin's Marvel Vision podcast. Well, I did sit about 18 inches away from Justin one time where he was doing one of his silly little podcasts in Edmonton.
You and mine, Eric, we're literally doing a podcast right now. Just to be
wait, I'm part of the problem part 2. What was that podcast? That wasn't Mission to Zix or whatever. That was
no. This is Comic Book Club, a podcast I've been doing for like 18 years. We talk about all comic books, geek culture stuff. It's very fun. Yeah. We just had Patton Oswalt on like a month ago. So like,
really,
yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Is he not doing well or what?
Yeah, he's dying. He's dying, and one of my other co-hosts is dying. So it's like a dual Make-A-Wish.
That's good. Patton Oswalt was like, I want to give back to the poors in the community.
Yeah. It'd be a real bummer if you had to do a dual Make-A-Wish, though, right?
If they had to like sit you next to, like, if you're like, I want to ride, I want to meet this guy. And they were
make half a wish.
Yeah, that's tough.
I had a friend who had cancer in high school, and he had to make a wish, and and we rode in classic cars to like an amusement park, I think. So it was sort of, and the way you sort of pitch your Make-A-Wish, and this is in upstate New York, so it's like more of the satellite offices, I think, of Make-A-Wish. It's not like the headquarters. It's not him. Yeah.
So he's probably like, I want a cavalcade of 100 muscle cars to take me.
Yeah, and they were like, well, we got 2 like 1970s Dusters.
They're like, we've got a Miata, and we're gonna take you, and we're gonna take your 3 friends in Miata. Seats 2, so one of you has to sit kind of facing backwards.
Get in there, yeah, no problem. Yeah, we can do it. One of you has to be the reverse cow person. The reverse cow. It was a strange. The whole thing is a strange thing.
Well, that especially
it's very lovely.
It feels like it's like a celebration, like a last celebration. I guess that has to be so bittersweet. Yeah. That's bizarre, man. What would your Make-A-Wish be if you had to have one tomorrow?
I think we've aged out of it. I don't think they do it after.
They don't do it for us. I don't get wishes anymore.
No, I mean, I guess you could still technically lowercase m make a wish, but it's very less likely to come true.
You know what my Make-A-Wish would be tomorrow? To get my finances in order.
Rejected. Not interested, they say.
Oh boy.
Well, let me say to you, we haven't seen each other in a while, and you
Yeah.
were talking about like this summer plans and stuff. Like, let's empty out the notebooks. What's been going through your brain lately? What's on your mind from either a creative perspective, a life perspective?
Good question. That's a really good question. Well, next week I'm taking a trip with Callie. We are actually going to what some people may consider the Spain of the Southwest. We're going to and correct me if I'm not pronouncing this right. Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh, nice. Yes, no, I think you're nailing it.
Yeah.
Having you spell that would be extra fun.
I've been calling it the Kirk so many times that Callie doesn't want to go anymore.
Good. When we got down to the Kirk, here's what I got planned.
I was like, I wonder how they do it in the Kirk. She's like, please just finish chopping this onion. Stop. That should be fun. Doing that for a couple of days, and then we're going to Oaxaca to celebrate her 30th birthday in August, which should be fun. So this is a summer of trips. This is a summer of trips, but it also leads me into we're going to Oaxaca in 6 weeks. And so yesterday, I don't know if anyone has subscribed to my Instagram. It's at Birds and Beer. You can hop on there. But only if you're ready for this kind of content. 1 is beer, and 2 is I dubbed yesterday 6 weeks to a 6-pack, the official kickoff. In 6 weeks, I will be on a beach in Oaxaca, and I will take a picture of my torso, and we will find out if it has a 6-pack or not. So I'm pretty excited.
Now, let me ask you, you haven't posted it before, but are you going to take a before to hold for the after?
I did not take a before. I guess I could take a day 2 pic today. Do you think I should do that, or I should just?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, from a production point of view, because I'm sort of like soft producing this project, this reality show. I think take a before, don't post it. It's a secret. And then let's that's a great post in the future to
show it off and be like,
it's like I've always thought if all of this, the entertainment business is not going so well, ask any of your friends who work in it right now. But I feel like maybe I could pivot to like really doing weight loss commercials and taking the after first and then gaining weight. You know what I mean? Like flip the script.
That's
so
a good idea.
The before at the end.
Do you think that's how they do it? Because if they do it like that, that's genius. They like
because then you could do that with the weight loss. So you can take a second. You can do a second one.
It's all about just like the pendulum swing. It's riding the roller coaster back and forth.
Yeah.
I like that. Unfortunately, like we don't have to worry about like before and after like diet and exercise things anymore. Because now you can just put a little. You can just inject a little thang in your tummy and it goes away now. Which is pretty
juicing? You're juicing?
No, I'm talking about fucking Ozempic. It's pretty wild. It's like
it's juicing.
Oh, it is juicing, I guess. But it is pretty amazing that we've as a society have like made it to that part of science. I feel like people living to be 500 is only a decades away. Perhaps.
Well, that's really funny that you say that because if you listen to like early 60s, like started to get into psychedelic music where they're like, yeah, and then you're going to take a pill to fix all your problems. And they're like so down on it, such like a negative thing. And now we're all like, finally, I took a pill and it solved my problem.
Got that fucking Lexapro, dude.
That's the culture shift. Also, that took 60 years for us to solve this mildly solved. Also, Ozempic, no one really knows what it does to your body yet. They keep finding that like, oh, Ozempic treats like shingles or something. They're like, well, this drug's weird. It fixes other problems, and you're like, what? You should know what it does.
We might be like in another world. This is like the plot to an A24 film or an M. Night film. Where we're like, here's this miracle weight loss drug, and then we find out, But I don't want to shit talk anyone that's doing the damn thing.
I'm definitely not shit talking to taking it. Like dude, everyone should do everything that they want. I just think it's wild that's how it works.
It's pretty amazing. But go ahead.
I was gonna say, Kathy L in the comments, is the 6-pack a replacement for the 3 half marathons in 2024? You get roasted in the Discord.
Kathy, you're the only one that's counting. Okay. I didn't even know I said that. I say a lot of things. I get excited about things all the time. And then I get really down on them the next day. I forgot that I said I was going to run 3 half marathons in 2024. I was so into running last year. And now the idea of running outside, I ran a good bit because I thought I was going to be able to sneak into the Brooklyn half through my work a couple months ago. So I was like running like 9 mile days a little bit. And so I was like, okay, I might be back into this, but it's too hot currently to do that shit. So the past 3 days, I've been in the gym, back to the gym.
Ooh, back on the Stairmaster.
Just boo. I was on the Stairmaster today, 125 flights on the Stairmaster. Got in there, got weird. Raisins, weren't you also going to become a Twitch streamer? Yeah, we already talked about this.
That is funny. Gotcha.
Oh, man. But I think, 6 weeks to a six-pack, that's going to be like what my summer vibe is about. I'm taking some vacations. And honestly, the getting is good at the bar. So making some money and saving it. That's what needs to happen.
That's good. That's good living right there. Shouts to that.
What about you? How's the garden? Is it too hot for the garden now? Is the garden dead?
No, garden's good. Just got to give it some water. Juice it up. My berry bushes are killing it right now. I just had like a solid handful of raspberries and black caps for breakfast this morning. I got a strawberry bush that's like cranking right now.
I've never heard
does this sound cool?
Never heard such aggressive language applied.
My strawberry bush is cranking right now.
This is fucking Farmer Chad, dude.
Yeah, bro. Yo, you gotta come down. I mix a little cocaine in with all this stuff. The plants love it. They're fucked up.
The herbs be bussin'.
Yeah.
and then let me know in your little fantasy factory behind you. What are we infusing this week? What's going on?
Having been away, I haven't been working on the infusion process really a ton. But what did I learn? I was in New Orleans also for a day this past week for work.
For a day?
Truly flew down I was there for like 36 hours.
Incredible.
Very fun. Love that town. Great town. Stayed at the oh, really?
I'm medium scared that it would like chew me up and spit me out. But it would be fun.
The beauty of New Orleans is you will find your spot there. Every time I go, it's like, oh, I see what's happening here. And you end up in a different place.
This is where I need to be right now. Yeah.
Sometimes in New Orleans, you end up at the Aaron Rose and you're drinking like frozen Irish coffees and you like get zooted out of your mind on that shit. And those things are amazing. Other times you're at Bacchanal out in the Bywater and you're like watching music and drinking wine that you bought in their like adjacent wine shop. I had a Lambrusco blueberry cocktail that was like really hitting, and it's so hot down there. It's also the quiet season now, like all summer because it's so hot. The city's empty.
Interesting. That might be a good time to go then. Let me ask you a question that I almost don't want to know the answer to. Are there casinos down there?
You can find anything in New Orleans. Of course, there's casinos. There's a casino at like the center of things down there.
Really? Dangerous. But maybe
definitely. New Orleans is a dangerous town. It's funny. I went from Barcelona is where we ended our trip in Spain. There's a sinister air in Barcelona. Very cool town. A lot of like alleyways and stuff.
You said that before. That you said that in the Discord that it was a sinister.
There's something. There's just a little bit in the air there where like you have to like just watch out. And I was in Valencia for like 8 days before that. Not at all in the air. And Valencia is like a little bit more like conservative town, like old fashioned. Barcelona, there's just like, and it's so cool. Like there's all these little like alleys that you're in and out of, and it's a great town. New Orleans has a little bit of that, but also everyone in New Orleans just wants to like fuck around.
Interesting. I like that. I really am I'm super interested in this idea that you just had a sixth sense about Barcelona, that there's a dark
connection to it. There is. I really believe that. Here, quick on the comments. Stevie, man, it sure has been a half hour with our character. We're not doing characters tonight. Yes, Stevie, we are not doing characters tonight. It's this is characters welcome.
This is characters welcome. This is a a State of the Union of Characters Welcome, which actually I should talk a little bit about Characters Welcome.
Yes.
We should have a little chat about it because there has been a severe lack of content on the YouTube page. I'll say it's been a couple months. I haven't even pulled up the YouTube page because I'm sad because we haven't had content, because we haven't had shows, but we do have a show on the books, right, Justin?
Yes, that's 100% true. July 12th, I believe.
Yes, and I think let me see if I can find the link to that, Justin, because I'm pretty sure we have a link.
Yep, because it's at the UCB Theater.
Folks.
Remember?
What? Remember UCB, that place where we were at for 9 years? Well, Get this. We are making a triumphant return on July 12th, a Friday night, I believe. And it is just going to be a hang. And we're going to do what we've been doing for our live shows, which is having 20 people hop up and have a good-ass time on stage. Yes, Stevie, no shit. We are back at UCB. It's going to be really fun.
We're so back.
We're going to see. We're going to test the vibes and see what's up. We're going to have a little party. So look out for more information on that soon. I will try to find that link to that, because I know that tickets are live for that. And I also know that UCB is currently only selling half houses because they're doing things illegally, baby. And so you should grab your ticket now.
Yeah.
You should grab your ticket now before you cannot grab a ticket. It'll be
100%. Yeah, it's a smaller house. It's like what we have been pulling over at Friends and Lovers. So
yeah, so we're allowed to sell. We're allowed to sell like 60, and then the eventual capacity of this new theater is like 110 or something like that. But
not now.
Not currently, not now. They have they put blankets over the seats you can't sit in, like an old jalopy.
Yeah, it's like a theater designed by Archie.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. And I hope if you guys go, if anyone goes to the show in July, that you also agree with this. The current state of the UCB theater is a level of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. There are stairs, and then there's like railings, and then there's like empty rooms that kind of had 2x4s that are kind of leaning up in a way that it feels like you can kind of grind on the wall. It feels very old school indie in a fun way.
And to make an even older reference, video game reference, it's like a level on GoldenEye that you just like don't really. It's like you don't play very often. It's a slaps only complex.
You're kind of in a room and you're going up a ramp, but then there's 2 other ramps that go down, and you're like, well, wait, hold on a second.
Holy God, that's such. What is the wind kicking up out by you, dude?
It's killing me right now. Are you getting? Is it look like a storm where you're at?
Not yet, but you're closer to the sea.
I'm getting dunked on first. That does bring me into, and my door just shut itself. Scary, spooky.
Yeah, you got ghost dog. It's very funny to call the UCB a GoldenEye or Perfect Dark level.
I would never say that in front of one person, but I will say that's a thing I would never say in front of one person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so 2 things, folks. One more piece of housekeeping, and then I do want to talk, speaking of by the sea, I want to talk about our summer reading, Justin. Have you been reading this summer?
I have been doing a little. I'm just kicking off some reading, actually.
We can chat about it. But first off, folks, if you enjoy Characters Welcome, if you're excited about these upcoming shows, and if you want to help us get this bad boy over the finish line, you can always donate to our Venmo. We have a wonderful, beautiful business account. It's at Characters Welcome. Head over to the business side of your Venmo when you do that damn thing. And you can just throw us a couple bucks. It would go to Jorge, but who the fuck knows where he's at? So it'll just go back into the general funds tonight. And anything that you write in that Venmo, any kind of comment that you put there, we will say out loud. It doesn't matter if you've been a fan for a long time or if your name is Spencer Griffin. We will say it.
Yeah, even that. Our producer was here for a couple minutes and then he left. But we do have, in the name of that, we do have 2 very special segments to do that we always do on this show for people who are long-time and first-time donators. And let's kick it off with a little segment we call Jeer Gyry.
Jeer
Gyry. Robin Richmond sent us some cash and says, Jeer Gyry. egg.
Is that it?
Mysterious. That's it. And keep in mind, Robin, bird name famously has given us the bird call that we play all the time on this.
Which is somewhere in there.
So,
I know it's somewhere in there, Justin. I know you're looking
yeah,
for it. But
I'm looking for it. You can tell.
Egg. I had an egg today. Eggs are good.
Yeah, eggs are good.
That's good, Justin. That's great. Great. The almost being able to hear that sound effect is just reminds me to the days of yore when you tech this show. It's really nice.
There, it's getting slightly louder.
Let's play a game called Is That a Bird or is that someone trying to start a lawnmower?
Yeah, that's a life game. But before we move on, we do have one other segment to get to, and that's, of course, Stone Thoughts with Zikor Zeppelin.
Oh, fuck, man. I'm feeling it, dude.
It wasn't oregano this time. Zikor Zeppelin presents Stoner Thoughts. I'm traveling to Tennessee to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of my mother's cousin's brewery.
Mother's cousin's brewery?
Brewery. That is worthy of a long road trip to the Big Ten.
Wow. They say a lot of businesses don't last past that first year. So that is a huge W for you. That's very, very fun. What are you drinking tonight, Justin?
A little beer called Pacifico. This is summer beer. We're summer beer season.
You're not really one for like local craft beer. You're always kind of slopping on like 12 ounces of a domestic brand.
Wow, this is the biggest indictment that Bierich Feurer could ever.
I'm not shit talking it because I'm drinking okay beer.
Ah, yes,
some type of Polish beer, I believe. It's good.
It's not that I don't like. I do like. It's just that's what's in the fridge. I had a poker night here at my house like before I went to Spain, and so I have a bunch of like brought over leftover.
Ah, got it. Yes, Ray's a mid brew. That is a mid brew. So we can go one of two ways now, Justin. Oh, go ahead, please.
No, you go. That's what I was just.
I was about to say we go one of two ways. We could talk some summer reading.
Oh yes, that's what.
Or we can talk. You have inspired me by talking about how the industry is in haggard shape, because I don't know if you have seen the new pilot from the new animated show that is airing on X, formerly Twitter. But
the
holy fucking shit! Did you watch it? It's like
I did not.
Holy shit, Justin! You have to watch it. You are going.
This is the like alt-right animated show.
Yes.
Oh,
the intro song or whatever specifically says something like "Thank God for Elon Musk" in the song, and it is insane.
Are you saying a conservative bit of content is pandering to their daddies?
Bro, it's so insane because obviously, like, I think the intro song is maybe made by AI. It's like seems like it's like probably AI. There's parts of a couple of the voice actors. I was like, I don't think that's a person. I'm not positive, but I think that's also AI. And like the art is obviously like really bad, but then they also added laugh tracks to it, and it's so insane because it is so bad, dude. It's
Raising
like
Delta, Sus Twitter is making shows now. Turns out, yes.
It's crazy. It's like a conservative old dude who has like an alcohol monitor or whatever those like monitors are on your ankle where you can't leave the house. Yeah. And there's like a new government program where like non-binary people will come and try to like integrate themselves in with like conservative folks so that you can find common ground, and then throw a laugh track on top of every punchline that you can imagine to that. Every punchline that like Gutfeld would think of for that.
Yeah. Think of yes, I will watch that. I will watch that, sadly. Something else unrelated to this, no political aspersions. I did watch some Smiling Friends.
What do you think? Crazy, right?
Yeah, it feels like a jacked up internet-y Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
It has Ren and Stimpy sort of tone and energy, and yeah, I liked it. I'm going to watch more. It's very popular.
I also like it. I told you it was very popular, and what I like about it too is that I like that the animation styles they're like we're gonna animate things just so different and just jam it together, because once you get deeper into the show, it also invites fans to like. There's tons of like fan art but it's not art, it's like fan animations of the show where you're like, sometimes you're looking through and you're like, I don't even know if this was on the show or not, because like it could be, you know what I mean? And so it fosters this like crazy big, massive, weird community, and you're getting more content for free by just like by producing something that someone else could make. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's cool. It's like generative. Raisin Delta, so it's like Secret World of Gumball for adults. I mean, that's pretty fair, I think. It's more hectic and chaotic, but
it's true. And also Kathy L correcting me. It's binary, not binary, which fans of the show will know that we're taking the Titanic approach.
Yeah. Eric has a thing where he adds syllables. He wants to keep it fresh by throwing an extra.
I think Titanic. I'll say it right now. I don't think the Titanic would have sunk if it had 3 T's.
That's true. That's 100. One of those T's. The extra T's for paying attention.
Oh wow, very very fun. Anyway, yeah, watch some Smiling Friends. Watch this insanely horrendous pilot from Twitter, X, formerly Twitter. Yeah, the rotoscope thing is so fun, Stevie. I really like that. I think it's cool. I enjoy that.
Yeah. So what books are you reading?
I just finished Jaws.
Wow.
I liked it. Very good. I liked it so much that I looked on my shelf and I was like, I need something that is like adjacent to this, where it's like it's animal that doesn't give a shit, animal with no moral compass terrorizing people. And so I finished Jaws, and I'm gonna start Jurassic Park, because I feel like that's
also you're really you are doing summer reading.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think Jaws is a perfect beach book. I was reading it on the beach at Far Rockaways a couple days ago.
Oh, that's awesome. That's fun.
Yeah, have you ever read it, Justin? It's very good.
I've never read Jaws. No,
it's good. It's very good. A lot of I read into this guy, Peter Benchley or whatever his name is. Never made a good book before Jaws. Never made a good book after Jaws. But there is a lot of criticism to Jaws, including somebody that said, and I'm taking this out of quote or whatever, but somebody said, I don't know whether to root for the people or the shark, because everyone in this book is a horrible person. And it is true. And that's why the book Jaws is awesome, because everyone in the book sucks. And so you are at times being like, dude, I hope this shark destroys this town.
You really root for the shark. I guess that's good. That's true. Maybe the movie changed that, but not that much, I guess.
No, not that much. But there's a lot of like intrigue between like relationships between the characters, and there's some like, no spoilers, but there's some there are issues between the characters on land that sometimes supersede the shark. Kathy says, "Did you say Jaws?" Yes, Jaws. The name of the book, Jaws.
Joel, want to read Jaws?
Jowls.
And if you guys have any questions for us or anything you want us to do, perhaps summer goals for us, please hit them in the comments. We will talk about those right after our little book club we're doing.
Yeah, throw it up. We are here for you and for us. And I miss you, Justin. It's good to chat with you again. You know.
Yeah, no, it's great to catch up publicly, very publicly. That's what Characters Welcome is all about.
That's what Characters Welcome is all about, folks.
I'm reading like obviously 50 comic books a week, but that's not worth talking about. You can find out what I think about all those on my podcast, Comic Book Club.
That's true.
But I'm reading two. I haven't read a lot of books lately because of all the comic book reading and other stuff, but I am reading 2 books right now. I'm reading James, the book about sort of spins out of Huckleberry Finn, following sort of focusing on Jim, the this is a light spoiler, the runaway slave that goes down the river with Huck.
Yes. Also written by Mark Twain.
No. Yeah, recently unearthed by Mark Twain. No, very good book. Written by the same guy that did American Fiction, the movie from last year, which is very good. Enjoying that. I'm also reading a book that I dug up called My First Movie. It's a bunch of directors talking about the first movies that they did, and it's an interview format. Super interesting. Really enjoying that.
Wow, I'm sure that you enjoy that, but it definitely is it's just another proof to me that like you cannot turn it off. Like your enjoyment factor is like reading about other people working in the industry.
What is off? What do you mean off? What happens
like,
at off?
It's just interesting to me that you, well, I guess like your comic book thing, but even then you make a podcast out of it. Like,
yeah,
it's just very funny to me that like you're like, I'm loving this book that I'm reading, which should be so far away from everything you're doing.
And it's just
it's about directors working.
I mean, and let me say, like, I am reading it because of that. Like,
sure.
It's definitely that.
Yeah, I'm sure you're taking like tips and tricks or like whatever from it. But
I mean, to be real with you, something I'm trying to do, I'm going upstate to see my family tomorrow for the next like week or so through the 4th. Good. And one of the things I was like, I have to take a break from working for real now. You just have to like take a day where I don't do stuff.
A day?
And I'm really going to try.
Take 2 days.
Good. I'm going to start with a day. I haven't taken that day.
I know.
In like a long time.
I know.
And I'm not trying to like big up like this lifestyle constantly working, but it is true that my brain chemistry has changed where I don't not think about shit in this industry.
I know.
And, like work and like parenting and all that. And like it has to, I feel like I may be aging myself in a bad way.
Could be happening, but look good, feel good. You kicked my ass in a half marathon and I don't have any kids and I don't have any jobs. So it may be that I'm the litmus test on the opposite of that. But
wow.
It is. It will be very nice for you to take a day off. I think that will be really good.
Yeah.
Or I'll get a text from you on your day off that's like, "Hey, dude,
we have a quick chat
that we're doing." Yeah, because that's you as vacation, right? Doing a shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Funny, man.
Yeah, very fun.
Very, very fun. Well, Z-Core, what's the name of the pilot you mentioned? I'm not sure, but you can just look up X animated show.
You just look up garbage Twitter conservative show.
It's insane because it's so bad. You can't be mad at this shit anymore. I saw some news today that like 3 years ago probably would have made me mad, and 5 years ago would have made me so frustrated and mad. And then today I'm like, great. Like, do you know that viral Hawk Pua girl?
Yeah, yep.
She just signed to an agency today.
Oh yeah, of course. that's of course.
And I'm like, great. And like nowadays though, I'm like, cool. Get that bag, get that Netflix special. I don't even know what you're gonna get, but
but that's literally the agent's problem now.
Yeah, it's true.
Because that's the thing is like. It's like, oh man, what is this? What is happening? They're signing someone who made like a thing that is a meme currently.
She's a teacher who was drunk on the street and said something, and now is signing with a legit agency.
Yeah, but it's like now everyone has the next problem, which is like, all right, what do we do with this?
Now what? Yeah.
And I wouldn't wish that job on a lot of people. Personally.
That's good. We have a question here from Kathy. Eric, speaking of pilots, I love the one that you did live a while back. Saw the live stream. Are you doing more episodes of it? Kathy, first off, thank you very much for watching that live stream. That was a BCC's Pitch Fest, which was a really, really good time. It was awesome. We are that team that was working on that pilot. That pilot was called Whole. And it's awesome. I really believe in it. We've got a bunch of art for it. I think it's a really, really fun, awesome story. And I also think it kind of aligns with what Disney Plus just released for their slate for fall. There's a lot of there's a lot of like narrative, mystery, action, like adventure stuff going on. And so that also bodes well.
Yeah, that's great.
which I think is awesome. Kathy, we had been working on that for like 3 years or so. It started as a stage production for a team at a theater called the Magnet Theater, where I was just the director of it. And I actually like this sketch team had been doing sketch shows for a long time. And I came in and we collectively kind of decided to start doing narrative sketch shows instead. And we did a bunch that are really cool. Awesome. This like grandma sock puppet was used in one that we did called Felton Abbey. That was a Downton Abbey parody where the rich, we built a 2-part horizontal curtain that went across the stage, and we opened the top half of it when the rich upper class people were talking, which were the puppets. And we opened the bottom half when the poor working class people were talking, which were the puppeteers. And so it was awesome.
That's awesome.
It was so really fucking cool. And so we were doing stuff like that a lot. And one month they decided like we want to do a children's show with no fucks and shits and stuff like that. It was just a clean kids show, and it went really, really well. And it turned into Whole. I asked them afterwards. I was like, "Hey, I had so much fun with that. Could I pop on? And could the writing team and me like start pushing that,
developing it?" Yeah.
And it was awesome. Very, very fun. But that group has since, we are working on a newer project, which is something that we actually had aligned with some streamers for a while that got kicked back to us. So we're working on some other stuff, but we did write a ton of one-off episodes, Kathy, for that show, just as like an experiment. So maybe I'll give you a little treat in the Discord and I'll drop one of those one-off episodes.
Yeah, dude. That's really awesome.
Like. It's called, the one that I wrote that I really like is called Let's Start a Band. And the trio gets into a kerfluffle down in Hull, and they have to start a band to fix
unkerfuffle. Yeah.
To unkerfluffle, and it's pretty fun. But yeah, we have so much content for that. We have like hundreds of pages of shit for that whole
cool
series, which is cool. But really, thank you for that question, Kathy, and also like double thank you for watching that live stream. I really, really appreciate that.
Best of the whole night, says Kathy L.
Very nice of you. Appreciate it. That's very, very nice. And also that's also a testament to the actors. We had Elena Scapetos did some voices, and Kyle Gordon, who is having himself a year, did some voices as well. He literally, during our tech for that show, he was like, is it okay if I leave a little bit early because I'm on The Simpsons tonight and I want to go home and watch it with my family. We're like, Kyle, dude,
that's an amazing statement. It's an amazing excuse.
Isn't that so crazy?
Yeah, I saw him post about that. It's so cool.
It's so cool. So good for him, man. It's awesome. Fun. Kerfluffle. Did I say it right, Scheuchler? Or did I put 7 too many F's in it? I don't know.
There's an L in there that doesn't need to be.
Stevie says, I want to watch Whole so bad. Me too, Stevie. That is it truly is like my one like white whale thing. And if we ever got it up, I would push for it to be 1 season, 10 episode, literally like take the blueprint of Over the Garden Wall and do
nice
show. That's exactly what I want.
And we should just hold on to the sentence, I want to watch Whole so bad. Like that's just
Stevie, I've always said that about you too, that you want to watch Whole so bad.
Because that's how we end every show, technically. I mean, sort of truthfully.
Technically with Whole. And truthfully, we look at Whole. Great. Anything else for the Over the Garden Wall is the best, Jacob. I love that show so much. I think that show is so awesome. I've taken so much from that, including how they drop you in on episode 2, which I think is awesome. And then they show you episode 1 as episode 9 when episode 8 is a cliffhanger. And then they show you the like end of it in episode 10. I think that is like literally the perfect way that everyone should do a 10 episode series. I think it's perfect.
Well, I mean, that is a wild way to do it, but it is true that the pilot is usually the worst episode of many, many shows.
It is true. And what I like about this, and that's why what they always say when you're writing a pilot chat, for anyone that doesn't know, is like, write episode 5 of your, like pilot should be episode 5. Like drop in, everyone's going to fucking pick it up and figure it out, as opposed to having to do so much like explaining.
Yeah.
But that's also for shows that are hoping to have longevity, but a show that's hoping to have a 10 episode arc that knows when it starts and when it ends. It's just a very interesting concept, which I like. Truth. So Justin, as we wrap things up, I don't think we really got to talk to you about what your goals are for the rest of this.
Well, I'm going to read more books. I'm going to try to not work, take a walk in the woods, as someone suggested, which I thought was a lovely Raising Delta. Just wander in the woods for a day. I will do just that.
Good.
Otherwise, definitely just not work for one day and then work really hard so that the fall
to
looks
make up
better.
for the day before.
Yeah, for that one day.
Certainly, that's what you should be doing, Justin.
Yeah. But I don't know. We're gonna make some stuff later this summer.
Yes, Justin and I have some plans, folks, that are fans of the show will probably recognize where the idea was birthed. But we have some ideas. Justin is excited to put his directing cap on and show you all what he's got. It's gonna be really fun.
No, you're gonna show us all what you got.
We'll see.
Show us more.
Yeah. We'll see. I'll show more. I'll show more than what I got.
More. We're gonna watch whole. That's gonna be fun. And honestly, we're gonna keep doing this show. Next week is like the day before the 4th of July. I want to say. Is that right?
Yeah, and I will be in Albuquerque, but I can try to make the magic happen.
So I think we'll see what happens, but I think that it's to say like we're gonna try some newer things this summer. I think with the show, of course, we're gonna keep doing characters and characters welcome. This was a sort of deviation, aberration for that, but we're gonna try some new stuff just to shake it up. We've been doing this show for how many years?
Well, we've been doing the live stream show for 4 years, and we've been doing characters welcome is I think a couple months away from entering its 12th year.
Yeah, something really crazy.
Yeah.
So that's fun. So we like to keep it fresh, but we're still just as young and fresh. Eric's getting abs. Like we're only getting more statuesque.
6 weeks to a six-pack. Stevie speaks for everyone when they say, "Count me the hell in."
Hell yeah.
Love that. Folks, we will see you maybe next week.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, but
check out the Discord. That's where we're going to be like keeping everyone up to date on everything that we're doing. But come back here for the live streams every Wednesday night at 8, and check out the live show at the UCB Theater July 12th.
July 12th,
on your counts.
Theater, probably 22, 23 performers doing 2-minute bits. We're still doing that hot mic theme, so it's all microphone-based stuff. It's going to be great. Kathy, love you tons, boys. Kathy, love you too. Thank you so much.
Right back at you.
Folks, we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Have a good one. Stay cool out there. Whoop.
Stay cool and show whole, folks. Don't forget it. Love it. Are we done? It's time to shit talk.